You've got your insurance claim open and it's getting nowhere and it's not moving and you don't know what to do. The insurance company is just stalling and it's taking forever and a day and you don't know what to do about your insurance claim and you just want to get this thing settled so you can put your home back together again. And public adjuster, you're just trying to get it settled so you can get your client's home back together. And what do you do when the insurance company continues to stall? I'm going to answer that question for you today on the Commercial Claim Show in 3, 2, 1. What's up, advocates? Welcome back to another episode of the Commercial Claims Show. My name is Vince Perry, the Commercial Claims Advocate, and my firm is Elite Resolutions, a public adjusting firm. Today, we're going to educate you on what you can do when the insurance company continues to stall. Listen up, advocates. Whether you're a public adjuster, contractor, or an attorney, if you have a client that has suffered any kind of catastrophic loss, whether that be by fire or storm or just any catastrophic loss that requires your client to have to move out and incur ALE and loss of use coverage, you need to think about looking at Black Diamond Services. This is an incredible idea for a service that I think is extremely valuable and I've actually personally used for my clients myself. Basically what they do is they provide all of the necessary money that is needed to be done for the homeowner to go and move to another place, whether that be a hotel or another home or whatever it is. They basically bill through their insurance policy's loss of use coverage, and basically they provide financial assistance so that the insured never has to incur any out-of-pocket expenses. It's an amazing service. I love the people at Black Diamond Services, especially Millie Varela. If you just contact her and contact Black Diamond Services, I'm telling you, they're going to take care of your clients like you wouldn't believe. I personally have a client who suffered a fire damage and had to use their ALE coverage, and all we did was refer them to Black Diamond. Our clients did not have to come out of pocket a single penny. Black Diamond provided all of the financial money, and they provided the actual location for the homeowner to stay. Amazing service. Contact Black Diamond Services today so you could find out more information for yourself. There is a way of getting around this. There is a way of getting their attention. There is a way of making sure you get your claim paid, you get your claim settled, because the fact of the matter is the insurance company will always try to say that it's the public adjuster's fault or it's somebody else's fault on why the claim continues to get delayed. They could say is they don't have enough information or whatever it is, which could be true, but ultimately as a homeowner, as a policyholder, and as a public adjuster, it is no benefit to you to let this claim continue to be delayed. It is no benefit to you to continue living in a home that you are waiting for money to put back together again. And it is no benefit to you for you to just let that claim sit forever and a day. The insurance company, however, I will tell you, is receiving their monthly premium, right? You're paying 3 months at a time, 6 months at a time, or you're paying 1 year at a time. And everyone is always paying constantly. Someone out there is always paying an insurance. And the fact is the longer they delay, the more premiums they're going to be getting in from all over. Because something that you may not know, at the end of every year, an insurance company does an audit. Of course, this is a multi-billion-dollar company, whatever company that may be, and they do an audit. And guess what? In order to be profitable, they need to make sure that they are receiving a certain amount of premiums and making a certain amount of claim payouts. So it is in their best interest, not to speak negative of the insurance company, it's just my experience. It is in their best interest to stall the insurance claim. However, there are ways and there are tactics that you can use to make sure that you get your attention. Tactic number 1, I will say, is to make sure that you provide all of the documentation that they need to make a claims decision, to make a coverage decision, to settle your claim. That means send them photos. That means send them all the invoices. That means send them any kind of proposals. That means send them any kind of expert documentation. That means send them an estimate of what it costs to do the repairs. Those are basically the top 5 things. You have to send the insurance company everything that they need to settle the claim. And if you're wondering, again, what that list is, you can go into your insurance policy and it's the duties after loss. There is a duties after loss that the insured has to abide by to get their claim settled and to get a claim covered. You'll see a list of things. One of those is a proof of loss. What is a proof of loss? It's a document that has some requirements that says it in the policy that you need. So you need to provide them with your name, the address, the mortgage information, and also an estimate of what it costs to do the repairs. You have to provide that to the insurance company. So that's number 1. You need the estimate. Make sure you provide that to them. And then give them everything they need. It also talks about in the duties any kind of invoices. You have to allow them to inspect the property. So make sure that you give them. So first step, number one, like I was saying, is provide them all the documentation. Our top 5 documentations that you should have always provided to the insurance company is an estimate, mitigation, which is a dry out or a tarp or whatever it is, an estimate, mitigation. I like to have an expert documentation. If it's a plumbing loss, get something from a plumber. If it's a roof loss, get something from a roofer. An invoice of repairs, so make sure that you're repairing something. Always have some kind of repair that you've done. Most of the times you need a repair done to stop it from getting worse. Get the repair done. You can do that. And also photos. Also make sure you have photos. So if you could provide the insurance company with these 5 things, that's going to really hold them accountable to not stall because they've got everything they need. Step number 2 is allow them to inspect the property. Get them to inspect the property. Once they've inspected the property, now they've actually seen it. So now 2 things have been done. You provided with them everything that they need according to the insurance policy to settle the claim, and you've allowed them to inspect the property. Once that is done, guys, that's it. There's no reason why the claim should get delayed. Now, in Florida, the insurance company has 90 days to investigate a claim. If you've provided them everything, they shouldn't take a day more than when you have provided them everything and you have allowed them to inspect the property, even if that's on day 10. That's it. They've got enough. They should settle the claim. Now, a lot of times the insurance company will send you a letter, and we call it an RFI, Request for Information Letter, and they're going to list everything that they need in order to investigate the claim. You know what you do? Find everything and provide it to them. If you don't have it, just tell them, I don't have this information. A lot of times they're asking for information over your house that's 10 years old and you don't have that documentation anymore. Just respond to the letter and tell them, we don't have this information anymore. We cannot provide you this, but we can provide you with this one, we can provide you with that one, and we can provide you to this. Respond to that request for information letter as soon as possible. If you do that, again, once you provide them that, that's it. There is nothing else that they need. So what we do at Elite Resolutions is we follow up every 7 days. Luckily, in the state of Florida, and actually in every state across the country, there is Unfair Claim Practices Acts, okay? Look up in your state, Unfair Claim Practices Act, Colorado. And there's going to be a list of stuff that the insurance company, they have to abide by. If they don't, they could be committing some kind of bad faith and they could be held accountable, okay? So for instance, one of them in Florida is they have to respond to any and all communications within 14 days. If they don't, they're in trouble. We could file a complaint against them and really get their attention, okay? So that's another way. Look up to see what some of the time limits are. There's also really a time limit. Usually it's about 30 days after you provide the estimate and the proof of loss. They have 30 days to come up with a coverage decision. Hold them accountable to it. Okay, so when we follow up every 7 days, if they've gone longer than 14, we put that statute or that Unfair Claim Practices Act in our letter, in our email. If we've provided the proof of loss and the estimate and it's been longer than 30 days, in our follow-up, it is in the email. It is in the letter. These are just little tricks, little tactics that you could use to let them know that you know exactly what you're doing. You know how they're supposed to abide to all these things, and you know that they know that you're holding them accountable to make a coverage decision. We also end every single letter and email with, is there anything else you need? If not, we need a coverage decision by the end of the week. We need a coverage decision in exactly 1 week for today. So until you request something, I'm going to assume if you're not requesting anything, that you don't need anything else. And if you don't need anything else, settle the claim. And that's how we do it. We push, we pressure as often as possible. Now, I will say every 7 days is sufficient. Every day is too much. You're going overboard because they do have hundreds of thousands of claims that they're working on. Don't pester them every day. Pester them every week, but pester them intelligently, guys, okay? Look up the Unfair Claims Practices Act. Look up some of the local statutes that you have that the insurance company has to abide by, okay? Provide them with all the information. And in your follow-up emails, in your follow-up letters, and I will also advise you, put everything in writing. Don't make a phone call. What I used to do is I used to do both. A phone call might get it settled faster because you have the person on the phone and they have to sort of answer to you right then and there. So what I used to do is I used to make a phone call and send an email. Phone call, leave a message, send an email. Phone call, speak to the adjuster, get somewhere, and then also follow that up with an email with the conversation that was had. Because maybe they need a recorded statement, so complete the recorded statement. I think the goal here, what I'm trying to say to answer your question and how to, what to do when the insurance is stalling is get them all the information they need, allow them to inspect the property, then follow up every 7 days. In your follow-ups, if they do send you something that they are requesting, answer that request and allow and give and provide them with the information that they need. And once you provide that, then continue with the follow-up. But once you followed up about 2 or 3 times and they're not requesting anything, then you have to go and you have to resort to complaints. You have to resort to contacting the Department of Insurance and filing a complaint on the insurance company, on the insurance carrier. What we like to do when we file a complaint, we will send an email to the complaint department and we will copy the desk adjuster and copy the claims department so that everybody's aware that we are upset and we have filed a complaint. Another great way to get their attention. In Florida, we have a bad faith civil remedy notice that we can file as well. In Florida, we can file an intent to litigate. Now that puts them on a 10-day notice that they have to come up with a coverage decision and settle the claim within 10 days. If not, we're filing a lawsuit. So if you live in Florida or Texas, you could threaten the insurance company with a lawsuit. Now, I don't like to make empty promises, so make sure if you do that, okay, that you're prepared to go to litigation. If you're a public adjuster, prepare your client before you send an email like that, hey, we're going to litigation if they don't respond, because you don't make empty promises. And in the state of Florida and Texas, there's an attorney fees and cost statute. So that means if you do go to litigation, if you do file a lawsuit, it's no cost to you. It's no cost to the homeowner once the claim gets settled. More often than not, when it does settle, the insurance company owes your attorney his attorney fees and costs. So that's it, guys. Provide them everything right off the bat. Allow them to inspect and follow up every 7 days. In your follow-up, respond to any request for information and take a recorded statement if they request it. Respond to everything as soon as possible, because the sooner you get them everything, the sooner the claim will get settled. And if they are stalling, file a complaint with your local Department of Insurance and copy them on the email, copy them on whatever you get back from the complaint, send it to them. Hey, I just filed a complaint because you're taking too long. And in your follow-ups, last thing, include any kind of statutes and unfair claims practices acts that they have been installing, that they have told you things, empty promises that they haven't done, or whatever it is that they're doing that you feel that is accurate. Put that in your letters. It'll make you sound smart. It'll make you sound like you know what you're doing. And when you do that, they are going to respond. And when all of this fails, hopefully you live in a state with attorney fees and costs. But if not, I would contact a local attorney and ask them how you should proceed. Or if I'm talking to a homeowner right now, contact a local public adjuster. They may be able to get around it and they may be able to get it solved for you and get them moving fast. I have noticed that the insurance company reacts differently when a licensed public adjuster is contacting them, because we know all of the consequences that can occur if they don't respond. That's it. That is what to do if the homeowner's insurance company is indeed stalling. My name is Vince Perry. I am the commercial claims advocate, owner and CEO of Elite Resolutions, a public adjusting firm. You could check out our firm's website at eliteresolutions.com for more information about insurance claims. And also, if you are looking to be a public adjuster, or you are a public adjuster, you want to come work for our firm, send us an email, send us information. We'll send you an application to see if you're a good fit for our team. But also go on commercialclaimsadvocate.com, where we have all kinds of resources for public adjusters, attorneys, and contractors on the insurance claims process, the ins and outs and everything that goes in. We've got this ebook that you could purchase. We've got an online course that you could purchase. We have a 2-day live Zoom boot camp that we do every 3 months that I would love for you to be a part of, to learn the elite claims process and the inner workings of an insurance claim and what goes on and what you can do to dominate your insurance claim and your industry. And also check out our calendar for our meetups, where we actually meet in person and we educate you. We always have a special speaker, special sponsors at the events, and it's always a super top-notch, high-energy, amazing event. Subscribe to the channel right now, because we've got tons of content coming out. And follow me on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and I don't know where else. Thank you guys very much for watching the show. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got educated. I hope you got something out of it. Have yourself a great week. Peace out.